you can basically access your bank account. You can use a wallet to send money, but then you can also chat within it as well.
Yes.
Wow.
You can chat, you can do live streaming. You've heard about Facebook Live, something like that.
Yes,
so CashChat, you can also do, live streaming. You can do video calls or voice calls. You can also do what we call like digital advertising. Now, like for small businesses, it helps them, advertise to reach more audiences in the East African side. Then the other people who want to, move money, the business people. We have interconnected now banks. If you want to send money like directly to a Kenyan bank, it's very simple and easy. You just go into your wallet and then add money using your mobile money, maybe using MTN account, then you cross it over.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's available in how many countries?
Apparently we are East Africa, but as a digital wallet, it is the whole of Africa. But then as a social media, it's the whole of the countries.
Okay, so East Africa for the social media, for the live streaming, for the chat and all of that. But for the digital transactions, it's all of Africa.
Yeah, it's all Africa, yes.
My goodness, okay. Can you say that your company is profitable now?
Yeah, it's really profitable. I think in the last quarter, from 2018 to where we are, it's now about 3.8 billion UGX. Yeah, like so if you cut it into 2 years, you'd see like it's around 1.5 billion, so it can be able to make about 1.5 billion every year.
Okay. All right. So for the people who are looking for it, you simply just download it, you go to the Play Store.
Yeah, sure. There is, of course, other things that the CashChat have for maybe the normal users. You realize social media right now has a lot of so many things, but CashChat is quite a bit different. We came with a model whereby when a user is using our services, they can also be paid for using the service.
Okay, how does that work? Is it by getting more people to sign on as well?
One of it, of course, is that, but then the other is more if you're using like a status or maybe your timeline where you have like followers who view your statuses all the time. So we pass an advert there and then we share revenue with you.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
That's okay. So what's your advice you hear a lot of people struggling with startups, and so many people have really good ideas for tech startups as well. What is your advice that you would give from what you've learned in the last few years?
Yeah, one of the things that you must think about is connections. You have to connect with different people because, you must have that connection with the community. Let people know about like your idea, and you need to streamline your idea to see that it can be monetized, because most of the ideas you find they can't be monetized, and in the end it can't make any sense. So investors are looking for ideas where they can translate into an income at the end of the day and returns.
Yes.
So if you have a good, nice idea, but then it can't translate into an income, it won't work. And also, once you have that idea, then you have also to make a business plan for it, turn it into a business. It's an idea, it turns into a business, it turns into a company. So because people want to entrust you with the company, not only the idea. Yeah. Yes. So that's what I think I could, tell them. They need to shape up their ideas well and good, and align them into a book. From a book, they make a business plan. From a business plan, they get connections. They need to work with different people. Entrepreneurs who have gone through it, look at the people who can work with you on the idea. Because one of the challenges we had was some people could not understand our idea.
Right.
So the ideas need also to be clear.
You must be able to communicate it clearly.
Exactly, so that people understand it and feel it, and maybe they will move it. For now, we don't even have to advertise. We have never advertised. But because the idea became clear as we moved on, people started to see how they can relate with it. It became into a business. Now it has become like a community product, so people would just go with it.
Never had to advertise.
We have never advertised.
So it's just your connections, the banks that you're partnering with, all of this.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. All right, so how would someone get in touch with you if they would like to find out more about the company? What would they do? Asha?
Yeah, one, we are located, of course, in these different countries. We have offices, fully fledged offices that are operating. That's Kenya. Of course, we are located at View Park Towers, 6th floor. Then in Rwanda, still we are in Kigali. In Kampala, Uganda, we are at Semwata Road. And so they can contact us, or they even go to our website. Our contacts are there and everything.
And your website
is www.cashchatapp.com.
CashChat app.
Yeah, .com. So they can really find us there.
Okay, and have all their questions answered. If you were to look back now where you are there some things you would have done differently in the beginning that are now clear to you?
Oh, yeah. One, okay, of course, the ideas are not always clear at the beginning, but then as you continue to evolve, then the ideas become clear.
Yes.
So as you go forward, but of course, from the beginning, there are some things we didn't get right. We were I think, ambitious about some certain things. We expected about $10 million, of course, to begin, which was next impossible to find an investor to give you the money. Sometimes the people, okay, you might have something and say, if I start with this money, maybe I'll take and kick off. Yet maybe with 1 million or 2 million, you could just begin and do something. Then tomorrow add on, get somebody who can give you more 2 million, maybe 5, maybe 6. So by the time you reach somewhere, you find you have a pool. But the problem is that from the beginning, you can be over-ambitious because you think you have an idea which is really big, and you think you're going to need this huge amount of money. And you start looking for the money, you can't get it.
Yes, you can't find it.
You can't find it. So those are some of the things, if I was then now.
What you know now.
Yeah, what I know now. Like, you don't need, if you have a good idea, don't over being ambitious, because, you are over-ambitious, but then you lose out the reality and what is happening around, the business community. Yeah, so those are some of the things that at least I can know that I would have done. At least if I had projected this, because I lost out to many entrepreneurs who would actually join me on that project because I needed a much high capital.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So looking back, okay, that's some great advice. Thank you so much for joining me on Talking Business today and sharing your journey, your story. As you said before, we can go to your website, which is cashchatapp.com. Yes.
Or Play Store.
And just download it. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you, Krista. And thank you for the opportunity that you gave to me.